You have $500 and you have to buy a complete arsenal with it. These are the only guns you'll ever own. What do you get? What kind of gun collection would I have if I had a $500 budget? 5 high-point C9s, obviously the correct answer. 5 high-point C9s. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our sponsors, Top Gun Supply and Ventura Munitions. Have a great night, everyone. See you next time. Ground rules. I'm a little flexible on this first one, but I'm saying this is an arsenal, so it's got to be more than one gun. Soft on that one. Budget, that's going to be approximate. Tax, shipping, accessories, all that, not going to be included. Finally, the most important thing, the gun's got to be new. It's got to be recently advertised with a street price from a reputable manufacturer for it to count. Otherwise, everyone's going to go nuts with, I'm going to buy this used gun or this police trade-in or the Ithaca 37 that I bought from my neighbor down the street for $75 because of his crippling crack rock addiction or whatever. This isn't NOM. There are rules. Now, if you're like me, which I hope you are, you're going to want something for personal protection outside of the home. That traditionally means a concealable handgun. You're going to want something maybe for inside the home. But if you've got a different purpose, or if you can think of a better setup than mine, like some of the guys in the TFBTV Discord saying that they would rather have like a deer rifle or a rimfire or whatever, that's all good. Just tell me in the comments. Maybe I'll get a set of my favorite 511 gloves to the top comment after a week. For $500, I'm going with a 9mm handgun for the range and concealed carry and a 12-gauge shotgun for the house and all other legal purposes. I have two specific models in mind. You can get both of these with virtually no compromise and be right at about the $500 threshold. You'll have a good, albeit biggish, concealed carry handgun and a versatile, durable, reliable, and most importantly, powerful long gun for the house. We may as well jump into this one already because you know what I'm going to say and you're probably all thinking it right now. Mossberg Maverick 88. Funny story, I heard that Mossberg had a meeting where they discussed maybe keeping quiet, keeping mum about the old Mossberg Maverick 88 shotgun. The margins are so thin on this gun that Mossberg would rather downplay the Mavericks and market their more profitable guns. Unfortunately for them, this $200 shotgun is so goddamn good and so goddamn cheap. Over 1 million people watched me just a few weeks after this meeting occurred thrash this shotgun in a brutal torture test. I broke every single accessory that we installed on this shotgun, but the Maverick itself performed flawlessly in one of the hardest burn downs we've ever done on this channel. After that, Mossberg said they've sold every single one that they can make. You guys got to hand it to Mossberg. Those are some true American heroes to be making a pump shotgun that's this good, that's this affordable for anyone who wants it. Any American with $200, you get a great shotgun. If you're not familiar with it, I suggest you go and watch that torture test video, but basically the Mossberg Maverick 88 is like the Mossberg 500 shotgun, but with a couple of cost-cutting measures put into place that don't really affect the overall durability or reliability of this shotgun. The finish is okay. Set aside $3, rattle can this bitch in black, and you won't have any issues with it. With that, you've got a good general purpose long gun. Is the AR-15 possibly more versatile? It certainly has greater range, capacity, and is lighter recoiling than a 12 gauge. But the 12 gauge is a true multi-tool. Anything you need to do with a 12 gauge, from hunting to defending your dumpster or giving the kids something fun to play with at the barbecue, 12 gauge can do it.
Shotguns to me have a spectrum, like an arc or a rainbow. All you got to do is, if you've never seen one, is buy a shooter's Bible. Go on the back and look up 12 gauge shotgun ammunition and see how many hundreds of variations between manufacturers and or types there are. So you have birdshot so you can take a hunt, you have buckshot so you can fight with it, you have rifle slugs so you can knock down big stuff, okay? And then there's a whole spectrum of other things down here.
Flares, dragon's breath, rubber balls, sandbags, sand breath, rubber bags, dragon balls, whatever. You can shoot it through a pump shotgun, and you can't argue with me that inside the house ranges, 12 gauge shotgun, absolutely brutal. I'm going to try to channel my Uncle Clint here. Pistols put holes in people, rifles put holes through people, shotguns, right load, right range, will take a chunk of shit off and put it on the floor.
It's very simple. I'm telling you right now, at 5 yards, if you shoot a guy in the face in the face with a loaded number 6 bird shot, you will dick them up. Well, if you shot them with double aught buck, it might be more effective. And you might be right, and I wouldn't argue that point. It's a tool that works best with a competent, knowledgeable operator who understands what type of ammunition is going to fit the box that I'm trying to close.
Name a better gun for 200 bucks. Pro tip, you literally cannot. Now let's get to handguns. I'm filming this video in the middle of 2024. You could be watching this in 2025. I'm going to have more silver hair by then. It could be a completely different pistol for 300 bucks. But as of recent time, my pick is going to be the CZ P10C. If you keep your eyes peeled, you can find these guns periodically for 300 bucks each online. In my interview with CZ's CEO, he confirmed that an upgraded CZ P10C is on the way, but the old one will still be sold at an aggressive price point. The P10C is a hugely underrated compact pistol that does everything you need, nothing you don't. It's also compatible with some Glock 19 holsters. Related to that, with the P10C, you're getting Glock 19-like performance for 2/3 of the price. The specs are very similar. Both guns are 9mm with 15+1 capacity that are relatively compact with a 4-inch barrel. Although the Glock 19 is a couple ounces lighter, way more accessories and holsters than the P10C. The P10C is every bit as reliable as the legendary Glock 19. I went to CZ, interviewed one of the engineers from the CZ P10C project, who told me they tested the P10 design against other polymer frame striker fired handguns during the development cycle, and they found out that the P10 was the most durable and reliable pistol that they tested in this comparative evaluation. I believe it. I put thousands of rounds through a CZ P10 over the years. I've never had a malfunction. If you want some runners up though, the Beretta APX-A1 phenomenal handgun. It's every bit as durable and reliable as the P10 or the Glock. It's modular, unlike either of those guns, so you can switch frame sizes, making it more versatile. I've seen the APX-A1 as cheap as 250 bucks after rebate, so they're incredibly cheap right now. The main issue with the APX-A1, the only ones that I've seen for under 300 bucks have been the full-size models, and even though you've got the ability to swap that full-size frame to a compact frame, for purposes of this video, a true compact handgun like the P10C is going to be able to pull double duty at the range and concealed for most people. The APX-A1 full-size, a little biggish. If you're okay with factoring a budget for buying additional frames and slides, the APX-A1 could be arguably the better choice. I've got one more runner-up. Invariably what happens, people in the comments, I know you've already done it, you're asking, where are you finding these guns for 300 bucks? As much as I hate getting on publicly traded soyjack hellhole that is Reddit, the Gun Deals subreddit is an incredible resource that I check daily. If you perform a search, you'll see that there have been P10s for less than 300 bucks, APX-A1s, all popping up occasionally over the past few months. I checked my analytics. I know that some of you old dogs don't want to learn any new tricks. You want to go to your gun store. You're watching this video, sipping a Moscato and prune juice spritzer, saying, I don't want to have to use Reddit or no damned internet or FFL transfers to buy a pistol to protect myself from skateboarders and tomboys. Got you, man. No problem. Great runner-up for the brick and mortar boys. I've avoided the Smith & Wesson Ligma, Smith & Wesson Sigma, SWSD9, SVE, whatever they've called it over the years since Glock sued them back in the 90s, made them change the first models, which were pretty cool, into unusable dog shit. And it only took them like a couple of decades, Smith & Wesson came around, finally made a gun that's better than a Taurus for about the same price. I got to shoot the new SD9 2.0 at SHOT Show 2024. Gotta say, I was impressed. Historically, the weak point of this gun is the trigger, but that's been fixed with this new model. It's got this satin stainless finish, and it has an edge over the competition, a compact pistol with a 16+1 round capacity. You get an extra round with the SD. According to specs, it's actually a 1/4 pound lighter than the P10C, despite being roughly the same size with the same barrel length. Do I think the P10C is a better gun? Absolutely. But the new Smith & Wesson SD 2.0 series is actually pretty damn good and pretty damn cheap. One other dark horse in this race that I'll mention, Bull Cherokee Compact, kind of a Jericho clone, a Jericlone, a Cherokee? That's a clone of a clone. The Jericho itself is very closely based on the CZ75. I see these often for under $300 new in box. They're a bit chunky. Even the compact has a full-size grip, just a compact slide. You've got limited holster options, but it's still a great pistol and a hammer-fired option if you want it. Maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll do like a $750 budget arsenal or $1,000 budget arsenal. You guys just tell me what you want the budget and the ground rules to be for the next video, and I will do it based upon the more popular comments below. Just let me know. By the way, and I know that all of you know this, but we don't accept money in exchange for positive reviews. TFBTV makes money from pre-roll ads that you watched at the beginning of this video and from you, so we need your support. Make sure to check us out at subscribestar.com/TFBTV. If you want to support us, if you're on Patreon or Player, you can support us there too. Just search for TFBTV. We give away almost $2,000 worth of gift certificates to one of the best online gun stores out there, Top Gun Supply, every single month to our supporters. So make sure to help us out. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one. Take care, everybody.